Was it Gen 1 where you never wake up? Or no, that's freeze, right? If you're frozen in Gen 1, you're just fucked.
In Gen 1, not only... Yes, there's that. But when you sleep, you don't have a move to respond. So you notice I woke up and then attacked. In Gen 1, you just wake up and you don't have an attack.
So you just get hypnotized again by a Gengar.
Yeah.
They're really fast.
Yeah, so... And that's what... in my mind... Forever, I was stuck that hypnosis and putting things to sleep was actually a good idea, generally, for a fight.
Yeah.
And I think it's just was stuck because of Gen 1 telling you that that is actually a good idea. Like, and the other thing, like, in Gen 1, one of the hardest, like, mini-bosses in that game was after Brock, where... What would you call it? It's one of the youngsters, and the youngster has an Ekans, and
with Rap.
Yes, Rap has the exact same situation where you can't respond. So if your Pokemon's too slow, the Ekans is just like Rap, and it's like fuck. Okay. I'm gonna attack. Okay, Ekans use Rap. Okay. Eventually,
it's the worst part about the game.
Until you get a Pokemon that actually just like one-shots Ekans, that Ekans is actually pretty nasty. Another thing that makes Bulbasaur pretty rough, like, if like in that game, Bulbasaur starts out pretty weak because he doesn't really have any grass moves until like level 15 or 16 or something like that.
Oh yeah, it takes a while. Like, what does he get, like Vine Whip or some shit? Or no? What is it?
I think so. It's either Vine Whip or Razor Leaf.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, I got $300. Don't beat me up. Don't flip my nipples today. Oh.
Flip my nipple.
Oh no, not like that. Oh, he's like bending over, like, oh, not like that. Like, oh no, you've defeated me. Don't touch my nipples. Oh.
Oh, not exactly like this.
yeah. Oh, I'm just vulnerable by the water. What are you gonna do about it? You've defeated me. Here's my money. What? What do I?
I was trying to remember where the nipple windows came from. I think it's South Park, the episode with not Comcast, but there's like a cable company.
Yeah, it's Comcast basically though. Just like, oh, what are you gonna do about it? No, but
they rub them every time. They like say a line, it cuts back to them, they open up their window, and then it cuts back to them again, and they start fucking rubbing.
Whoa.
Well, is that a white orb? That's new. Or Japanese.
Sorry, what?
Is that a Japanese sprite?
Oh, possibly. I'm just going whoa because I didn't think you can catch Ghastlius out here.
Huh.
Maybe you could have always. Maybe. I can't remember. Okay.
Well, fuck, we gotta, like, get our own Ghastly by randomly rolling the dice and getting a Ghastly now.
Oh, that would be sick. The thing I am realizing... Next, no matter what, before we roll the next Pokemon, we have to first check to see if any of our Pokemon can use Cut.
Ooh.
Right?
True.
So, because if we don't roll a Pokemon that doesn't have Cut, we literally just can't move on.
Does Togepi learn Cut?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
So I think one way or another, if none of our Pokemon currently can use Cut, we'll have to just, like, search up all the Pokemon and be like, okay, these are like the 30 of the Pokemon that can use Cut. And then just roll from those 30.
Okay, honestly, yeah, I think that's better than an HM slave. Because I like to have our team be, like, fully, like, in the battles. Because, like, if you encounter, like, let's say some, I don't know what they have in this gen, like, Roar or, like, Whirlwind or something like that, and it brings up the HM slave, it kind of taints the run.
Oh, true. Yes. I think we might have the luxury of doing an HM slave, but even because then at some point we might have to actually be like, okay, I guess we'll have to fight with this one. But who would be an HM slave in this? You know what? Gyarados is an HM slave in this game.
Because the Whirlpool is a big one.
It's like Whirlpool's big, Waterfall you need, Surf is big, and then you can just give him Strength. Which, the irony, out of all those 4 moves, is the move he's best at using.
I know. Only in this gen, though, because in Gen 4, I think his best move is Waterfall. For, like, Until there was, like, another one that came out. I can't remember what. Not Aqua Jet. There's a lot of new moves now Like I looked up competitive Pokemon just to see where it's at right now.
Yes.
Like, oh, what are people doing and stuff? And they're like, oh, he sent out like the Tapu Koko from like Gen 7.
Oh.
I'm like, okay. And Tapu Koko used like air dry or something. I'm like, what the fuck?
What the? He used hair dry, which rolls 7 dice, and if 3 of them come out heads, then you can use Aegislash. Not even. That's not even a right thing. I know Aegislash was a big problem back in Gen 6 competitive scene, but
Yeah. Well, it's because I think he had an ability which was like protect, but you could also counterattack. And then
Yes.
there was Klefki, which was a little fucking keychain, but Steel and Fairy were really good defensive types, and he also
Yes.
had like healing moves. And I remember in Gen 5 there was a guy named Pharaoh Seed, and he was like really good at walling. Like there's like every gen has like these like weird like what the fuck's going on. Like I remember just fucking spamming like Charizard Blastoise, like Rayquaza. Like those are my tactics. I just choose whatever has the highest numbers and stuff like that.
Yeah, well, for the most part, that is what Pokemon is. But that's why. Oh man, oh man, like a competitive scene of anything becomes kind of like you just get like overwhelmed. You're like, oh, this is the meta. This is what people need to do. Well, and if you don't do that, you're like, people are like, what are you doing? Why are you using a Charizard? You should be using that Mega Kangaskhan to use 2.5 moves every turn. You're like, okay. You know what? I really don't care anymore. Is that right? That's exactly what it is. It's like, yeah. I'm gonna just take a sec. Good. Oh,
3 secs.
Okay. I lied about everything. Austin, I lied about it. God, Austin, it was me, Austin. Oh my God, that's homogenized. That's actually, that's a funny story. I want to continue the conversation about the competitive thing, but I've been at a kick on checking up wrestlers and whatnot, and playing WWE 2K16 because I really like that game.
Okay.
So, the 2 lines I'm quoting, both because Vince McMahon, he's the guy who's like the chair guy, who's also like, it was me, Austin, all along. Who's also the owner of WWE.
Okay, well that's fucking important.
Yeah. Also, I guess the current owner of the XFL, if that matters. But anyway, it's now defunct, which is really sad. I was kind of looking forward to the XFL actually doing something, but anyway. Holy shit. Caveat upon caveat. There was a big rivalry between Stone Cold Steve Austin and Vince McMahon, because Vince McMahon is the owner, and there's a whole like kind of story about the authority and whatnot. About how Vince McMahon is the authority, and everyone has to follow his rule. And Stone Cold Steve Austin was just this guy who would just throw his middle fingers up at a person and slam like 2 beers in his face, and then like crash them and then chug down 2 like Coors Lights before a wrestling match. He was great. He was a wonderful wrestler. So there's this scene where there's this wrestler, Kurt Angle. He was an actual gold medalist for America. He was a American. He was a wrestler and got like gold medal in the 1996 like Summer Olympics. And then he actually became a wrestler, like a performer. But he was kind of like a bit of a goody two shoes who kind of like thought he was better than everybody, but he was a bit of a dork. Because he was just like going in his wrestling outfit. He'd be like, oh, I'm a real wrestler. I want real wrestling lits. And then Stone Cold Steve Austin would give him a stunner. And so one time, I'm pretty sure this is what Stone Cold Steve Austin did. He came out and interrupted one of Kurt Angle's matches and sprayed him down with like a beer truck, like a hose that sprayed beer.
Yeah.
Something like that. And then later, he came out and like sprayed Steve Austin with like a milk truck, and he sprayed him with milk. And JR like was like the main promoter, and he's always like hyping everything up. And so he was just like,
and now he's pulling out the heavy stuff. It's homogenized.
It's homogenized. That's whole milk. Like, was that worth it? How long did that take? Did that take 3 minutes to explain that? Was that worth it? Leave a thumbs up if you agree, fans.
We need a 50,000 likes to get to the next episode.
Yes. So we. Anyway, sorry.
That's good. We needed a Dan in the game. Because Dan's stories are like the lifeblood of fucking gamer. Because you stand hearing Aaron crack a joke every minute and a half, I would die. Oh man, yeah, it's I don't know, the YouTube landscape is so weird right now. Like it was so like I had it all figured out in like 2011, 2012. But like now it's just like, man, like all these people they're just vlogging. They're just fucking vlogging, you know? Like that's the new thing.
Yeah, they're just like, here's my life. Hey there, YouTube. Here's my life. Like, you know.
And we used to have AVGN and like fucking Nostalgia Critic and Irate Gamer.
I had never watched Irate Gamer, but
good.
Thanks. But I Nostalgia Critic, he's fine. He's good. He's good. I think he's perfectly fine. I the fact that him and AVGN are still operating kind of says a lot about their brand. But watching the newest AVGN video was weird because it was a video about Mortal Kombat ripoffs.
Oh yeah, I saw it, but I haven't been able to watch it yet because he did it right after his other Mortal Kombat video.
Yes, and I didn't click that at first, which did you watch that?
I did watch the first Mortal Kombat one before the newest one.
Okay, you did. But yeah, so it's like watching him, like seeing him, like he's got tattoos, he's got like a stubble going. I'm like, who is this guy? Like,
I know it.
His hair's been receding for a while, but like it's not like whatever. He's like 40, so you know. But I'm like,
yeah, he's got like a full family that we've never even like heard from like upstairs, like you know. Like when I was watching him before, I'm like, man, this guy probably just lives like in a basement, just hangs out. But this guy's got a full family. He's created a full feature-length film. Whether it's good or not is up for debate. I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I've been meaning to.
He had to get investors and everything, and I've seen clips of it, and it seems like, you know what? It seems perfectly fine. There are these two characters that they include that are really kind of unnecessary. Anyway, so. Shouldn't judge those people. Yeah, whatever. Yeah, fuck them. Fuck them. They're not gonna hear me. This is gonna
being nice isn't gonna get us likes.
No. All right. So okay. Does he have confusion yet? Let's hope not. So one thing that I found was really interesting because in just seeing Poison, checking up the stats for Poison as like a type, it's a pretty good type in general, but like I remember it seeming like it was the worst type.
Same. I honestly couldn't even tell you like 5 Pokemon that are all like Poison type if I wasn't drawing from the same evolution line.
Yes, yeah. I think post Gen 1. Gen 1 had a shit ton of Poison Pokemon. It was like,
but they're always secondary typing though. It's weird.
Yes, it was just a lot, like almost all the grass Pokemon. I think all of them were Poison Grass.
There was like one like main exception. I'm trying to remember. Was Bulbasaur right away poisoned, or did it take until Ivysaur?
He was Poison Grass to start.
Right at the start. Wow, the very first grass of all time wasn't even like pure grass.
Yeah. It's weird to think, like we all just assume that like all these deviations from the what do you call it, from just the main 3 elemental types started in Gen 3 or whatever with Bergelon or whatever.
Virgil.
What's his name?
Blaziken.
Blaziken. Yeah, no, I'll get there.
Virgil. Evangelion, dude.
Evangelion. Sephiroth. That's from that game, right? Sephiroth's the main villain.
Anime-ish. Yeah.
It's anime. Hitler's in the thing, as is Cory from Cory in the House, and
Corin in the house.
Corin. Oh man, that was. I love that video. Well, that's.
I hope our YouTube videos just continue to be references to other YouTube videos that if you haven't seen them, then
I mean, you know what?
We want you to click away from our video every 2 minutes to look up what we're talking about.
Well, could we be able to just edit in a segment of just corn in the house right now?
Oh yeah, I think as long as it's less than 5 seconds, I always do 3 just in case, cause like I don't like just I don't want to get any fucking bullshit.
Fair enough, yeah. In case he has the rights to Corey, he owns Corey, the guy who did corn in the house, but.
Yeah, or he didn't get copy striked, but we do.
Right. Ugh, that would be rough.
Because it is still like the actual theme song. It's such a good video though.